John, 3 points is fantastic in the end. I think everybody that was here will be over the moon with that. Watching the game, looked as if we were never going to score, I must admit. We played till Tuesday, and then the guy gives a penalty away from up in nowhere. I don't know what he was doing, to be fair, but I was delighted with it. But really rapt performance today by the boys.
Yeah, it looked like our only route back into the game was for them to make a mistake, and they obliged. You know, the penalty kick is a penalty, but why the guy? It's one of these rush of blood things. He's a blatant shove of the player. But to be fair, it was a performance that probably didn't merit the win. You know, I've got to be honest. I'm delighted to take it. You know, because any win away from home in this league is going to be vital. You know, we couldn't seem to get going today. We looked very lethargic, very leggy. You know, we played with a lot of attacking intent today. We set up 4-2-3-1. We played with 4 attacking players in the top end of the park, but it was never really an issue. We never saw it as an issue because we couldn't get on the ball. You know, we couldn't control, we couldn't pass it, and we definitely looked, very lethargic during the course of the game. So you know, it was obviously a bit of a rant and a rave at half time to try and get them up and at it. Didn't have a great deal of effect, to be honest. You know, it looked like when they got the goal, they deserved it. I thought, okay, we're in trouble here. But the get out of jail card was played. We got the penalty kick, and obviously a decent finish with Jordan Sheeran. You know, so I mean, Jordan will be the first to hold his hands up. It wasn't his best game, you know. I have to say, didn't he hold the ball up well for us? But he did what he's paid to do, which is score goals. You know, which is all you can ask of your striker. So you know, he's managed to bag us a point, which we're delighted about.
I think at half time I was delighted actually to go in 0-0 at half time, because they did create us a few problems, and I think every corner ball, John, that came in, I felt they were going to score for it. Yeah,
we didn't look as if we were very decisive in terms of trying to clear the ball today. Anything that came into the box, you're right, we looked a little bit nervy, a little bit indecision. Whether we missed the captain out of the equation, I don't know, but it's looking more and more like that. Just didn't look ourselves the last couple of games. I mean, I thought the same at Forfar. I know a lot of people thought that we wanted to get a point last week, but I think that was more to do with the last half hour of the game. We had a right go at it. The first hour we were similar to today. We couldn't get going, couldn't put 2 passes together, and again, as I say, looked very lethargic. So it was nervous, you know, all the way through, and it was very tentative. And this is a game that you would target as one that you hope you can come here and show that you've got a bit of quality in play. Pitch was great, conditions were great. There's no reason why we shouldn't have played today. So that's for us to go away. We've got a break now. Don't play next Saturday, but we will train and try and make sure that we get it right for the Elgin game.
I'm going to mention 2 players because for me, Kevin McKinley was absolutely outstanding, and I mean, they had 2, 3 maybe one-on-ones, and he stood up and
Kevin Walker.
Yeah. He was absolutely outstanding, and by man. Again, as I think I said to you last week, he was up there, he was winning everything. And for the second goal, John, he was the guy that was the furthest forward, pressing the ball, and done tremendous for the break that led us into the second goal.
You wonder about that, you know, why he's running past players to actually get there and put pressure on the ball. You know, that's an attitude thing, or just indicative of the way the game was going today. You know, nobody could get started. Everybody else was looking for somebody else to solve the problem. You know, so Brian's got the armband for the last couple of games. Whether he keeps it next week's debatable. Johnny Fairbairn is available. I'll make a decision on that when he comes back.
It's Michael McKenna back.
Michael McKenna's back for Elgin as well. So it's one of these games where the guys who haven't played have went up in their estimation because they've not played because of the performance. So, but you know, we have 1 or 2 problems there that we've got to try and solve. You know, we looked punchless today for a long period, and defensively, you know, we weren't as tight as we'd like to be, and that's the mark of the team. You know, to try and make sure we're solid, and we certainly weren't looking that way. So you know, we'll take it. If that's the worst that happens to us this season, play poorly and pick up 3 points, we'll take it.
At the end of the day, John, it's football, and it's a results game, and it's 3 points. And although we've had an awful performance, we can go away somewhere or play at home, play well, and get beat. And I think the low averages through the season, it levels itself out.
Yeah. Well, you hope that you're in better control of the situation than that. You know, you're relying on the low averages. Hopefully, we can have a better control of the football match. And come up with a system that gets us at it, you know, because again the day we couldn't get pressure on the ball. They played out too easily for the back, which was certainly not the intention. You know, the what we did on Thursday, we'd like to have seen implemented, and I don't think it was today. You know, it was just you know, a very off-colour performance with a bunch of guys that looked a bit tired going into the game. And at this stage of the season, that certainly shouldn't be the way it is. So we've got to come up with the answers. We've got time to do that, and we will do that.
Well, we've got 2 weeks now, and hopefully they'll get this game out of the system, which will be well out of the system by the time the Elgin game comes round, and hopefully we'll go for another 3 points. So even a point, I think, away at Elgin for me personally would be quite. Although we do want to win every game, but on today's performance, poor. 3 points. You can't get any more than that, John.
Yeah, we'll take that. We set out to get that, so we'll take that and up the road.
Thanks, John. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Thanks, Thank you.